everyone is doing well, staying healthy. Welcome to my Hatha Raja yoga class today. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat. The legs can be crossed in an easy pose, or you can sit on the calves and ankles if that's more comfortable. Find a tall spine, lifting the crown of the head to the ceiling. Rest the hands on the thighs, palms up or palms down. Go ahead and close the eyes. Just taking a few moments to settle the mind. Taking your awareness to the breath. Now take your awareness to heart center, just to the right of the physical heart. In the yoga philosophy, they say this is where our truest nature resides, always in a state of bliss. Bring the hands together at the center of the chest, just in front of heart center. We'll open practice with one community breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly bring the hands down to the thighs and blink open the eyes. Our breathing exercise, or pranayama, today is going to be alternate nostril breathing. So we are going to use our hand and bring our hand up to our face. So if you need to wash your hands, push the pause button and go do so. If not, our left hand is in Yana Mudra, first finger and thumb touching, resting on the leg, and our right hand is going to be in Vishnu Mudra. So first finger and middle finger are down, thumb and ring finger are going to be what we use for the nose. So we're going to close the right nostril and breathe in through the left. We're going to hold both nostrils and then exhale through the right using the ring finger. Inhale through the right, hold, exhale through the left. So we'll breathe in for a count of 6, hold for 4, exhale for 6. So go ahead and close your eyes, or if you would prefer to watch me, you can. So let's breathe all the air out of the lungs. Hold the right nostril in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold both. 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold both. 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. In left. Hold. Out right. In right. Hold. Out left. In left. Hold. Out right. Inhale. Hold. Out left. Now release the breathing, release the hand back down to the thigh. Keep the eyes closed for a moment. Let the effects of the pranayama sink in. Now slowly open the eyes. So we're going to begin in easy C pose with the legs crossed. So you can stay just where you are. I'm gonna scoot back to my mat. I'm going to cross my legs with the opposite ankle over top. And we're going to bring the fingertips to the mat on either side of the hips, and inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, release the left arm, stretch over to the left. You can gaze under the right arm here. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the right arm to the mat, stretch the left side body. Inhale, center, one more. To the left, exhale. Inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, center. Now we're going to do a gentle twist to the left. Use the right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, back to center, and exhale to the right. Left hand on the left thigh. Gaze over the right shoulder. Keep the spine tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Now exhale the arms down. Grab onto the shins. We're going to do a few Sophie grinds in each direction. So Sophie grinds help to bring mobility to the hips and the spine, and they also help to energize the body. So we're going to use the hands to support us as we inhale the chest forward and exhale, rounding the spine, using the hands here, and then inhale, round. So we're just making these circles with the spine. Inhale, forward, exhale, back. Feel free to close your eyes and move with your breath. Try to keep the chin parallel to your mat. One more. And then when you get to the front, we'll go in the opposite direction. So I was moving clockwise, and then now I'm moving counterclockwise. Inhale forward and exhale back. One more, back. Inhale forward, and now return to your straight neutral spine. And we'll open the eyes, and we're going to come standing to the top of the mat for our sun salutations here, Namaskara. Feet are together, hands at the center of the chest. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Right foot back, drop the right knee, Ashvasanshalanasana. Palms to the mat, find plank. Drop knees, chest and chin, elbows in, hips are up. Inhale, cobra, press the pelvic bone into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips rise, heels come to the mat, energetically. Inhale, right foot forward, drop the left knee. Lunge, chest forward. Left foot meets the right, Uttanasana. Chest to the thighs, bend the knees. Palms together, rise up. Gaze to the ceiling, exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Left foot goes back, drop the left knee, Ashvasanshalanasana. Palms down, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. The hips rise, head between the biceps. Inhale, left foot comes between the hands, drop the right knee. Right foot meets the left, forward fold. Palms to the mat. Rise up, gaze up, hands at heart center. That was one, we'll do one more. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back, right foot back. Drop the right knee. Ashtavasana, Shalvanasana. Left foot back, plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra, any height here. Curl the toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Heart opens. Left foot meets the right, Uttanasana. Palms together, rise up and back. Hands at heart center. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot back, drop the left knee. Heart opens, pull the shoulder blades back. Palms to the mat, plank. Drop knees, chest and chin on the exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, drop the right knee. Right foot meets the left. Forward fold, palms together, rise all the way up, hands at heart center. Keep the hands at heart center and close the eyes. Take a moment. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Maybe on a count, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. Now slowly open the eyes, inhale the arms up and back. Press the hips forward so you're in a little back bend here. And exhale, fold forward. We'll stay here for a moment, release the head. And shake the head yes, shake the head no. The belly and the chest rest on the upper thighs. Now bring the hands to the mat and step or hop back to plank. You can repeat knees, chest, chin, or roll to the toes. Half push-up, chaturanga. Up dog with the knees off the mat. Or cobra with the knees and pelvic bone on the mat. And then we'll exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here if you need to, releasing calves. Lift the hips up and back. So we're lengthening the spine. Keep the shoulders wide against the back, across the back. Now we'll inhale, left foot comes between the hands. Drop the right knee and the top of the right foot to the mat. Let's inhale, lift the hips. Hands come into Kali Mudra for Kapyasana pose. Inhale, lift the arms overhead, and exhale, press the hips forward. So the hips are going to the left heel. And we open the chest. Gaze up if you can. You can try to wiggle the arms behind the head. Kapyasana, our pose of devotion. Keep the legs strong. Breathing in for 4, out for 4. Let's inhale, rise out of the hips. Bring the front leg back so you have 2 90-degree angles with the legs. Bring the left hand to the hip and release the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Gaze back. If that's too easy for you, you can bring the arm to the outside or the top of the left thigh. Bring the hands together. Open the chest and gaze up. Too easy for you, you can curl the toes under and lift the back knee off the mat. Keep the belly engaged. Now let's inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, begin to straighten the left leg. Release the hands down to blocks or the mat if you can. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Close the eyes here, half split. Inhale, lift the chest. And we'll begin to bend the left knee, walk the fingertips forward. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, return to plank. Move through your flow, meeting in downward facing dog. Once you get to down dog, try to slow the breath. On your next inhale, the right foot comes between the right thumb. Drop the left knee, top of the left foot to the mat. Inhale, lift the torso. Hands come into Kali Mudra. Lift the arms overhead as you inhale, and exhale, lunge the hips forward. Kapyasana. Try to keep the arms straight. If you can, gaze up. Keep the back glute engaged. Inhale, rise up out of the hips. Bring the front leg back, 2 90-degree angles. Right hand to the hip. Exhale, twist the chest. Left hand comes to the outside of the left leg, the right leg. Gaze over the right shoulder. Too easy for you, release the upper arm to the right thigh. Palms come together, gaze up. If you want to go deeper, curl the back toes under, lift the back leg. Stay steady wherever you are. Keep the breath steady. Let's inhale the chest back to center. Release the hands to the mat and begin to straighten the right leg. Inhale, stretches the spine. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Half split, close the eyes. Take your concentration between the eyebrows, or take your concentration to the breath. Keep a micro bend in this front leg. We don't want to hyperextend that. Let's inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, and begin to walk the hands forward, bending the right knee. Step back to plank. We're going to drop the left knee, swing the left foot around, release the right heel to the mat. Right arm comes up for a side plank Vasisthasana variation. If you want to release the right arm forward, fingertips reach to the front of the room, gaze under the right arm. Too easy for you, lift the right leg. Keep the right foot flexed, pressing the heel to the back of the room. And slowly release, and we'll move to the other side. Finding plank first. Drop the right knee under the right hip. Swing the foot around. Drop the left heel. Lift the left arm up. Vasisthasana on the right. If you have the flexibility in your shoulder, release the left hand forward, palm down. If you can, lift the right leg, left leg. Press the heel to the back of the room, strengthening the hip. Slowly release the left leg. Return to plank and press the hips back. Downward facing dog. Lifting the hips, spreading the fingertips. Inhale, left foot comes forward. Drop the right heel at a 45-degree angle. We're rising up to warrior one. So we want our hip points facing the front of the room. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. If you have the shoulder flexibility, clap the hands together and press into the pinkies. Gaze forward or lift the gaze to the ceiling. See if you can sink a little bit deeper in the left leg. Now straighten the left leg. Bring the arms out to a T. You can step the back foot back a couple inches, moving into Trikonasana triangle pose. We're going to inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, reach forward, and then drop the left hand to the shin, the top of the foot, the mat, or maybe you have a block or a stack of books here. We're going to twist the chest open. Gaze to the ceiling or the mat if you have neck issues. Press into the left big toe. Micro bend again in the left leg. Keep the belly button back to the spine. Now begin to bend the left knee. So we're moving into a side angle here. If you want to lift the torso up, you can. You may need to adjust your footing here a little bit. You can leave this left hand on the mat, or you can bring the left forearm to the left thigh. Keep the chest open. Right arm comes up or releases forward, palm down. The gaze again to the ceiling or to the mat. See if you can bring your left leg parallel to the mat. Now we're going to inhale warrior two for just a breath. And then we'll inhale both legs forward. We're going to switch sides. So finding warrior one on the right side. Again, you may need to adjust your stance. You want the back foot at about a 45-degree angle, pressing into the long edge of the back foot. The hips are forward. Bend the right knee this time. Inhale, lift the arms. Flexibility in the shoulders, clap the hands together. Press into the pinkies. The gaze is forward or to the ceiling. Find your breath. Can you sink down another inch? Now inhale, straighten the right leg. Release the arms to a T. Bring the back foot back about an inch. Inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, begin to reach forward and slowly drop the right hand to the calf, the top of the foot, or the mat, or your blocks. Open the chest. Reach the left fingertips to the ceiling. Gaze is up or down to the mat. Keep the spine long. Now we'll begin to bend the right knee. You may need to go back another inch or two with the left foot, finding side angle pose. So leaving the right hand on the mat or bringing the right forearm to the right thigh. Left arm stays up or release the left arm forward, palm down to the mat. Right leg parallel to the mat if you can. Keep the knee over the ankle. Inhale, lifts you up, warrior two, just a breath. And then we'll straighten the leg, bring the toes forward. Bring the toes back to the front of the mat, and we'll step forward. Inhale, interlace the fingers, press them down, lift the arms overhead. The feet can be together or hips width apart. We're going to lean over to the left, stretching the right side body. Keep both feet planted on the mat. Inhale up and exhale to the right. Inhale up, exhale, release the arms. Balancing tree pose here. We'll ground down into the left leg. Lift the right knee up. Open the right knee out. And if you need to keep the toe on the mat, you can do so here. Or bring the foot to the calf or the inner thigh. We want to avoid the knee area. Press the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot. So we're pinning the left hip in. Hands come to heart center. If you have the balance, begin to lift the arms overhead. Finding the resilience of a tree. You may wobble, you may fall. No judgment, just come right back in. Now slowly lower the arms back down to the chest. Bring the knee forward, drop the right foot to the mat. Rooting into the right foot this time. Let's lift the left knee and open the left hip out. If you need to release the toe to the mat, you can stay here. Bring the left foot to the calf or the inner thigh. Again, press the left foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot. Hands start at the center of the chest. Once you have the balance, you can lift the arms overhead. Standing tall, like a strong tree. Gaze up if you can. We'll slowly release the gaze, release the hands, bring the knee to the front, release the leg. We'll interlace the fingers behind the back Squeeze the shoulder blades together and pull the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to step the right foot back, moving into T pose. Release the chest down. Slowly lift the right leg off the mat, point the toe. So the goal is to become a T. The spine, the crown of the head, and the leg in one long line. Press the knuckles back. Pull the belly in. Gaze at the floor. Now we'll slowly release, and we'll move into the left side. Exhale, releases the torso, and then inhale. Lift the left leg. Finding T on the left, keep the left hip bone facing the floor. So we're not opening up the hip here. Pull the knuckles back, bringing the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the left toe pointed. And slowly make your way back to a standing. Release the arms. Give the hands a shake. Moving it up and down. And we'll find our way back to the front of the mat. Bring the feet together. We're moving into chair pose. Hug the legs together. Squeeze the knees as we release the hips back. You can bring the hands to heart center or lift the arms overhead. Trying to keep the back, the spine straight. The chest is open and the gaze is forward or to the ceiling. Squeeze the legs together. See if you can sink down another inch. 3, 2, 1, release, forward fold. Release the spine, the chest, to the thighs, release the head, shake the head, yes, and shake the neck, no. All right, now we're going to come into a baby crow. So if you have any fears of your head hitting the mat in regular crow, this may be an option for you. So I'm going to adjust my camera here a little bit so you can see my arms. So we're going to do crow on the forearms. So you're going to release into a little squat here. Bring the knees down and then bring the forearms down. So the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. The toes are curled under and we're going to lift the knees off the mat. So we're sort of lifting the hips up into the air. And from here, you're going to walk the feet in until the knees are on the outside of the upper arms. And then you're just going to begin to lean the body forward and maybe lifting the toes. So the head is really close to the earth here. If you fall forward, you're not falling very far. Let's just play around here for a few breaths. Maybe you can hold it for a breath or two. And once you're done, find child's pose. The arms are straight, moving to the front of the mat, the hips to the heels, and release the forehead down. Close the eyes. Breathing in for 4, out for 4. And then lift the head, lift the hips slightly, and we're gonna slide forward for some rolling cobras here. So the legs are together, pressing into the tops of the feet. The hands are below the shoulders, and we're gonna pull the elbows back and in towards the side body. You can release the forehead to the mat. We're gonna inhale for a count of 4, lifting the chest up any height for rolling cobras. So exhale the airway. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, press into the pubic bone. Keep the chest open. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. Release one ear to the mat. You can release the arms beside the body, letting everything go for one breath. Now bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and we'll press up into a table. So we are going to do headstand here. Headstands are really good for our circulation. So if you don't feel comfortable doing headstand, you can get the same results in the body by doing a hare pose, where you release the crown of the head to the mat, bring the arms beside the body, palms up. So you're making a cat-like action with your back, and the hips are up. So it's a little bit different than child's pose. If you want to do a headstand, I'll teach it with the hands interlaced. So interlace the fingers. We're going to release the forearms to the mat. You want the elbows as wide as your shoulders. And if you want to do this against the wall, you can. We're going to place the back of the head in the interlaced fingers. Curl the toes under and lift the hips. Begin to walk the feet in. So you're lifting the hips up over the shoulders. Maybe you lift one leg. Maybe you lift the other leg. Or maybe you begin to kick both legs. So you can start with split leg here. Maybe you bring the legs together at the top. If the legs are up, point the toes, and you can close the eyes. If the legs aren't up, keep trying. Just a few more breaths. And wherever you are, begin to slowly release, finding child's pose with the legs together, the arms released by the side body, forehead to the mat, close the eyes. Inhale, lifts the torso, and we'll release the legs out in front of us, moving into fish pose. So the legs are forward, zip together, and point the toes. Release the torso to the mat. Easy fish pose. The elbows come underneath the shoulders, palms to the mat. Inhale to puff the chest up and gaze to the ceiling. For full fish pose, bring the hands underneath the glutes. And then we'll inhale onto the forearm and exhale, release the crown of the head back. Close the eyes. Open the neck. Open the throat chakra. Imagine you're breathing out of the neck like a fish. To release, inhale, lifts the chest, and exhale. Release the back, release the arms, find Shavasana, one breath. Breathing in all of the best energy as you inhale. Releasing any fatigue on the exhale. Now we'll sit up, finding Dhanurasana. And we'll just stay here, thinking about rooting the sitting bones into the mat and lifting the crown of the head up. The chest is open, the shoulders are away from the ears. You can use the hands here to support you. And just close the eyes. So I know for me, this isn't the most comfortable pose. My tight back and hamstrings. Just take your awareness to any places of discomfort. Take the energy there. Now slowly open the eyes. You're going to pull the knees in towards the chest and find boat pose. So you can leave the toes on the mat with the hands under the thighs or begin to lift the legs up. The toes can be pointed or flexed. Try to bring the shins parallel to the mat. If you can, release the arms, palm face one another. Gaze over the toes. Keep the chest lifted. Awareness to the breath. In for 4, out for 4. Don't bring the shoulders up to the ears. Relax the shoulders. Holding here. 2 more breaths. Now slowly release the feet. Release the hands behind you. We're going to bring the right foot, right ankle over the left thigh. So keeping it close to the knee, but not on the knee. So we're using the hands to support the back. The chest is lifted. And if you can, begin to scooch the hips towards the left foot. So we're giving our glutes and our outer hips a nice stretch here. The right foot is flexed. Walk the hips in as close to the left heel as you can. Close the eyes. Now maybe you can walk the hips all the way up to the left heel and come up onto the tippy toe of the left foot. If not, stay just stretching the glute. So you're just balancing here on your left toes. Maybe you can lift one hand up to the chest, maybe both. All right, and then we'll slowly release the hips back down and we'll switch legs. So have the legs out pretty far at first, bringing the left ankle over the right. Open the chest, lift the spine, crown of the head, and then begin to walk the hips towards the right heel. When you found your limit, just stay. Close the eyes. Awareness between the eyebrows. Or maybe you take the concentration to the place of tension. Keep the left foot flexed. If you want to deepen the pose, you can walk the hips all the way forward. Begin to use the hands to help you as you lift up onto the right toes. So the heel is right under the glutes. Maybe you lift one hand, maybe the other hand, maybe both. Trying to balance on the toes. And then slowly release. And we'll make our way onto the belly. So you can find plank first and then drop down. Or just make your way there any way you choose. We'll do locust pose and then bow pose. For Shalabhasana, hands come beside the body, palms down. Let's inhale, lift the feet. Lift the knees off the mat. And then on your next inhale again, lift the chest. Lift the arms off the mat if you can. Gaze just beyond the front of the mat. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Release one ear to the mat. Close the eyes. Release everything for one breath. Bring the forehead to the mat. We'll all start the same way. So first, inhale, lift the legs. Point the toes. And then on your next inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. If you want to move into bow pose, bend the knees, pull the heels into the glutes, and then kick the heels away as you grab onto the ankles, lifting the chest. Keep the knees hip width apart and keep breathing. You may rock a bit back and forth, that's okay. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the opposite ear to the mat. Now let's roll onto the back. Our last back bends, bring the heels in towards the glutes. The knees are up facing the ceiling. The hands are beside the body. We'll do one bridge pose. On your next inhale, begin to lift the hips up. Press into the 2 big toes. The glutes are engaged but not clenched here. Press into the palms, or if you want to interlace the fingers and walk the shoulders under the back, you can lift the hips a little higher. Lift the chest in towards the chin. Keep the gaze to the ceiling or close the eyes. If the hands are interlaced, press into the pinkies. The arms are straight. Now if the hands are interlaced, release the arms and slowly lower down, one backbone at a time. If it's not too much on the back, hug the knees into the chest. And then bring the hands underneath the thighs. And we'll begin to roll up to seated. Taking a seated spinal twist, legs come forward, bend the right knee. The right foot is at the same level as the knee. We can keep the right foot to the inside of the left or the outside of the left leg. Let's inhale, find a tall spine, and then exhale, spin the chest, open. Use the right hand to support the back as you hug the right knee in, or take the right arm to the outside of the right thigh, and you can release the hands down to the glute or the outer hip area. Gaze over the right shoulder. Keep the spine lifting as you inhale, twisting as you exhale. Now inhale, center, and we'll release the right leg out. Left knee comes in, so the foot is where the knee is to the inside or the outside of the right leg. Inhale, find a tall spine, and exhale, open the chest, release the left arm behind you. Hug the left knee in and open, or take the right arm to the outside of the left thigh. Bring the right hand to the left glute or hip. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, lift the crown. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Now let's inhale back to center, and we'll release everything down for Shavasana. Release the legs to either side of the mat. Let the feet lay open. Release the back to the mat. Snuggle the shoulders under the back. Palms rest beside the body. The hands rest beside the body, palms up. Close the eyes. Shavasana is where we find ourselves in a state between awake and asleep to restore the body. Restoring the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body from all fatigue. Begin to take your awareness to the left hand. Feel the energy in the left hand. Now release the left hand. Attention to the left arm and shoulder. And release the left arm and shoulder. Heavy on the mat. Attention to the right hand. Feel it pulsing, vibrating from your attention. Now let it go. Feel the energy move through the right arm and shoulder. Now let them go, sinking into the mat. Attention to the left foot. Let the left foot relax. Left leg and hip melting down, no effort. Bring your awareness to the right foot. Feel the right foot. Now release the right foot. Right leg and hip. Energized with your attention. Now let them go. Feel the pelvic region heavy. The back releases onto the mat. The abdomen and chest are loose, relaxed. The neck releases. The jaw and tongue are loose. The face has no expression. The eyes sink deep into their sockets. Now leave the body here to rest. Begin to deepen the breath, bringing awareness back to the body. Make any small movements you like. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then slowly make your way up to a seated position to close our practice together. And once you arrive, find a tall spine, the hands at heart center, palms to touch. We'll close our time together with one community breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling, sighing anything out. Inhale. Exhale. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. Let all beings everywhere be happy and free. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.